If there's one thing we've learned about science over the last year, it's that a term like that can be bastardized and bent in any direction to benefit the user entirely, politically or otherwise. There has been no greater rhetorical contortionist than Dr. Anthony Fauci, who has become the solitary expert on coronavirus. Yet, he uses an objective term like science so subjectively, it's almost like he's making things up. Here's what Dr. Fauci said last March as he was following the science on masks.
People should not be walking. There's no reason to be walking around with a mask.
Yeah, that's right. And then he had this massive shift just 3 weeks later.
Putting a mask on yourself is more to prevent you from infecting someone else. And if everybody does that, we're each protecting each other.
Now, in the strata of frustrations, masks are pretty low on the list, but Fauci has been all over the mask map with little regard to the emotional toll these requirements take on people long term. For many people, the mask is a straitjacket that's a constant reminder of the virus they're being lied to about. At least we have vaccines. With enough people inoculated, plus the number of those of us who've already contracted COVID, we're in good shape, right? I mean, mathematically.
You'll need about 70%, maybe 75% of the people in the country vaccinating to get that umbrella of herd immunity. I say between 75 and 85% of the population. If we get that, we would develop an umbrella of immunity.
Wow, Fudgy the Whale using fuzzy math there too. Fauci admitted to the New York Times he sort of adds a few percentage points here or there to the upper end of the ultimate immunity number if he feels enough people aren't going along with the science. He has admitted he's making stuff up. So why is he the guy in charge? It's clear this new administration is seeking to downplay our expectations by noping us into thinking we won't be maskless and normal for at least another year. Even the vaccinated among us are being told you can't go maskless, eat indoors, or enjoy life any differently than you did before. So with half the country still hesitant to get the jab, what the hell kind of piss-poor marketing is that? It really is the worst messaging ever for something that has been deemed utterly necessary for a return to normalcy. States like Florida, who have taken the gamble to mostly forego lockdowns, will have a competitive advantage. Their kids haven't missed school, sports, or socialization. Their businesses haven't had to lay off the last of their employees. When things do open, whatever that means, Florida will be shot out of a cannon. So what did Dr. Fauci do? He criticized Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for reopening schools when he should have been closely watching the Florida model, then advising other states to follow suit. In the end, it affects Dr. Fauci very little. He doesn't have to leave his 2 kids in a motel room while he works his shift at Little Caesars. And he doesn't have to beg bankers and bureaucrats for a loan to keep the tatters of his business in business. He gets to shift with his whims, enjoying an uninterrupted paycheck, chuckling all the way to the bank or the NBC studios while hoodwinking desperate and skeptical Americans who are ready to tell him to shove his science in his brown Bunsen burner. And that's the memo.